Hello everyone, welcome to Chronicle IS Academy. My name is Saloni Nanthiolyar and I will be taking you through the journey of policy analysis, where each week we will pick up one topic of public policy and analyze it thoroughly. Let's get started. So the topic for today's discussion is Urban Wastewater Management, India's Approach, Challenges and the Way Ahead. This topic has been beautifully covered in our magazine. So the February edition of Chronicle magazine, please just reach your nearest bookstore or visit our website and read this article in great detail. All right. So India's Urban Wastewater Challenge. India faces a critical wastewater management challenge, and in this video, we are going to explore the scale of the problem, national initiatives, key challenges, some successful case studies, and a multi-stakeholder approach which is required for a sustainable future. Okay, so the first question that should come to your mind is, why should we worry? Why should you worry? Why should a student worry? Why should I worry? A working professional worry? So, well, you should worry. And you should worry because India generates approximately 72,000 million liters per day of urban sewage, but only 31% is treated, which means that roughly 70% of this is going to direct waste. And this waste is the biggest cause of our river pollution. So, don't you think this is a major problem? Another problem is water scarcity. I think approximately every metro city or a tier 1 city or tier 2 city, we all are facing water scarcity. So don't you think if this 70% of water is treated, recycled, reused, we could actually cause or save this problem? So water scarcity is another major challenge. Then we also have a major health burden that's increasing due to the waterborne diseases. These waterborne diseases like cholera, typhoid, they are very common in the poor sanitation areas, and this is increasing our cost of healthcare. And it is also causing a lot of water scarcity in cities like Chennai, Bangalore, Delhi, like approximately every metro city. Okay. So, there are some good things that are happening. There are some national initiatives that the government has taken. The first would be Amrut 2.0. So this scheme is focusing on 100% sewage treatment in 500 cities, promoting decentralized STPs, sewage treatment plants, and encouraging treated wastewater reuse. Okay. The next is Namami Gange. This was an initiative of 2014, and this is for cleaning River Ganga and its tributaries, building 150 plus STPs and encouraging private participation in the STP development, something which is not very common today, but it needs to be. Then we have the Swachh Bharat Mission 2.0, which is focusing on fecal sludge management, making the country open defecation free, decentralized wastewater treatment, promoting urban sanitation infrastructure, and like STPs and community toilets. So infrastructure gap is also something that India basically is facing today, but this is something that we really need to work on. And we also have a national framework for wastewater reuse, which came in 2023. So it has the guidelines for the states to reuse treated wastewater for agriculture, industry, urban cooling, all the non-drinking purposes, with targets of 20% reuse initially and increasing up to 50% by 2030. So these are some great initiatives that are there in place right now, but still we're facing this problem, right? So there must be some challenges. Let's dive into that. What are the challenges? First and the most important challenge is that there is no legal mandate. Unfortunately, in the country, people really have to get a nagging behind them in order to implement something to its utmost capacity. Because these policies do not have legal mandates, they lead to a weak adoption by the states. Then, the second problem is slow implementation and fund utilization. There is delays in funding, in people in the municipalities getting the payments, and this all causes slow implementation and fund utilization. Then there is also public and industrial resistance. There is a low acceptance of treated wastewater for agriculture, industries and urban reuse due to stigma and lack of incentives. So in the country today, everybody faces, I wouldn't say everybody, but the majority of the people do have this stigma that they will not be using treated wastewater because water once wasted, according to them, cannot be put to good use. But that is not true. So because of this stigma, there is a low acceptance of this treated wastewater. Then we have infrastructure and technology gaps. We still have to do a lot of R&D in this sector, where 50% of India's sewage still goes untreated due to insufficient STPs, aging infrastructure and power shortages. And then we have the revenue and private sector hesitation. Even today, not a lot of private participation has come into picture in this sector, but once it does, it will actually change wonders. So if we adopt the hybrid annuity model, it faces payment delays from municipalities, discouraging private investment. So all these are the challenges that this sector is facing, the effective implementation of this sector is basically facing. But there aren't just gloomy days. There are some good case studies that we can just take reference from. So there are the case studies of Indore and Surat. Indore is India's cleanest city. It has 100% wastewater treatment, zero untreated sewage discharge, decentralized and centralized STPs, treated wastewater reuse, PPP model for sustainability, citizen engagement and strict monitoring. Everything that you need for a model to just reach on the top. Indore has done it. Then you have Surat. Surat also has 100% sewage coverage, industrial wastewater reuse, complete sewerage network, innovative reuse policy, PPP backed STPs and Gujarat's treated water mandate. So Indore has done it, Surat has done it, Nagpur also has STPs. So it has a PPP model or the hybrid annuity model for STPs, where the private and public sector, they are engaging in a 60-40 partnership and they are building these STPs for sewage treatment. So I think there is a lot to learn from Indian cities as well, and if we can adopt these measures that these cities are doing, all the cities can really go up. So what is the way forward? The way forward is a multi-stakeholder approach. So the responsibility does not lie on just one shoulder. It lies on everybody. It lies on the government, it lies on the citizens, it lies on the NGOs, the industries, private partnerships, everybody. So the first stakeholder is our government and policymakers who need to strengthen regulations and enforcement, expand wastewater treatment, promote decentralized treatment, improve the infrastructure, encourage water reuse, recycling, integrate nature-based solutions. Then you have the municipal authorities and urban local bodies. They can improve sewerage connectivity, ensure proper sludge management in their area, leverage PPPs, strengthen capacity building. You have industries and corporate sectors. These industries and corporate sectors can adopt zero liquid discharge, implement pre-treatment standards, corporate social responsibility for water management. So these industries and corporate sectors can basically put the treated water to reuse for non-drinking purposes. Then you have the civil society and NGOs, where you can create community awareness to remove the stigma around reusing treated wastewater, to create those local awareness campaigns, to run those campaigns, monitor and advocate for policy implementation, support low-cost decentralized solutions. Next, you have the academia and research institutions. They should develop, so basically you do R&D. You develop cost-effective treatment technologies, promote real-time monitoring systems. And then the responsibility, of course, falls onto the citizens, where citizens and urban communities, you should reduce household water pollution, adopt rainwater harvesting, introduce grey water recycling, participate in wastewater reuse initiatives. So instead of, there is this thing that you should save every drop of water, and it's absolutely correct. You reduce the water pollution that's happening on the household level, and you would be amazed to see the difference it actually brings to the society, to the nation as a whole. Alright, so let's just do a quick recap of what we learned so far. So we understood the scale of the problem, why is it so important, what is the major challenge that India is facing, and why does it affect all of us. We talked about the national initiatives, that there are some initiatives that the central government has, state government has, that are already there in place for implementing, for treating wastewater and reusing it for different purposes. We also talked about successful case studies. We saw that a couple of cities, some states, they've already done it, and there are things that there are best practices that we can basically leverage from them and use in our own cities. And then we understood that there needs to be a multi-stakeholder approach, a collaborative effort involving government, municipalities, industries, civil society, academia, and citizens. And it's crucial for sustainable wastewater management. So that is it for today's discussion. I'm sure that you could understand, you could learn something about the urban wastewater management. Why is it so important? What are the things that are already happening? What is that we can change? And what you, I, and every citizen on their individual level can do to bring about a drastic impact on the national level as well. So yeah, that's all for today. Until then, until we meet the next time, just keep studying and keep analyzing. Thank you.